I'm just finding our music. That we'd normally listen to. It's nice to be back, I think I should say. It's been so long. Now, how do I share my screen again? Hi, Roa. Nice to be back. I'm just going to play the trailer for a little while. And let you watch the trailer.
I pray for protection, healing, and love for all who seek it. May this channel bring wisdom and light to your hearts.
Your black and white days are over, Magpie.
We'll see about that, Black Panther.
Hi, Marlene.
The cards say defeat is near.
Not if I can help it.
Adjust me mic and bring it a bit closer to me. Is that better? Jennifer?
I was down on my knees in the midnight hour.
It seems as if my music's gone off as well. So I take Canva off and put you where you're supposed to be. I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah, we're coming home. There we are. I'm back. I thought I lost myself a second there. I need to put chat back where it was. Okay, can you hear us and can you see us? Right, I've removed the overlay and I think I can get chat back. There we are. Oh, what have I done now? There we are. Can you hear us or am I still muted? Right, can you hear me? Right, okay. Well, just in the last hour, it's been on the news that Prince Andrew may, and if you saw me little cheeky prediction the other day with the little AI cartoons I've been mucking about with lately, Prince Andrew may well end up going to jail. Heard a thunk it, eh, everyone? So, do I use tarot or do I use... I think I'll use the muck cards. And I'll use me letters from Granny cards as well, I think. So, hi Lady of the Lake, nice to see you. And some other news I saw as well. You know when we see as Meghan's days of hiding behind the... Oh, it wasn't me on the yachts. Can you hear the song? I Am Sailing. House and Habit is going to be bringing forth all the evidence very soon. And I think we're just about to go into an awakening of sorts. For war, Megsy. And before we start, I'd like to start with the... As you've seen me cartoon cat there. She's prayed for protection for us all. But I've got me heart. And we're going to go. I ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Mary, and all angels of the highest order to come around us this evening and as we go forward throughout the rest of the week to guide and protect us and offer some solace and some gratitude and help bring missing people home to the bosoms of our family, to help bring Nancy home, Nancy Guthrie home, wherever she is. And I've just seen a hand on soil there. Sorry, I had to give that off. I ask Saint Anthony, the patron saint of the lost and missing, to come forward and help remove the dark forces that is hindering cases of missing people around the world. I also ask to protect Princess Catherine and Prince William and their children as they go through these darkest of times. I ask that they're guided and given the support that they are needed from the matriarchs of the royal family that are in heaven. I ask that they surround them and give them a big hug, because they're going to need it. I ask that we are protected as we embark on our first tarot read back. And I thank the Lord for the blessing of invigorated health and the sign that he gave me that everything was going to be okay. Blessed are the angels who walk amongst us each and every day, keeping us safe from harm and giving us another chance. Amen. He's got more than a personality disorder, and I'll not go into that just yet. But he could be heading to jail. Also, to pray for the children who were stabbed in London yesterday as well. And the police are trying to cover it up. But what 13-year-old child goes into a school and stabs his former classmates and shouts Ali Akbar when he hasn't been radicalised? I know we're all God's children, but yeah, I'm going to tell you now what sign I got. Last Tuesday, when I was heading off to hospital to see the haematologist, I got a lovely sign. I'd sat in the car with my mum, and I'd had this copper bracelet, which used to just sit in front of this one. And it had little copper balls around it and a copper cross. He's not going to skip the country. He can't. William's got him under a very close watch. And the sign I got was that bracelet literally exploded off my wrist, because I asked God for a sign that everything was going to be okay. And that cross lit off that bracelet because it had like a curve to it, so it made it fit comfortably on my wrist. And the cross landed upright like that under my brake pedal. And this happened before I pulled away, and then all of a sudden as I pulled away, because the police let me off the curb, because I've got to park on the path, and the police let me off the curb, and my dash cam literally fell off my windscreen. So I took that as a double blessing of a sign to say that things were going to be positive when I got to the hospital. And it was. So my anemia's gone in reverse, thanks to the advice I was given off Siri, because the doctor said when I mentioned what I'd been doing differently, and he wrote that down. He'll get, and the orange juice, he said yes. He said, but what else did you add to it? I went ginger and a little bit of turmeric to boost it into my system. And he says, well, with that, he says that's helped get the iron into your system. And I highly recommend that to anyone. But I'm off to the gynecologist now, because he thinks I'm heading through the change as well. He just wants it confirmed. So I nearly kissed him, mind, sorry. He says, I'll see you in 6 months, and then I'll have you weaned off the iron. But but the dark shadows under my eyes have virtually gone. And I've had those dark shadows since I was a teenager. So that's how long the anemia's been hanging around. Okay. Right, the questions. Prince Andrew first we'll start with. Prince Andrew is being told to stop complaining. Okay? He's complaining about this, that and the other. He's complaining about his teddy bears not having anywhere to rest. Charles has told him to man up and stop acting like a child where his teddy bears are. And he says, look, I'll give them to charity if you don't shut up. Brilliant, Marling. So he's saying, just stop yakking. But I believe he's in touch with Meghan. And he says, look, you're on Earth. Come down to Earth. He says, otherwise, he says, because you've come down to Earth with a bump. Now, he says, and I'm going to make sure you stay here. I think he's got to have his passport took off him. He's had his diplomatic passport removed. So he can't just come willy-nilly. And he's on a normal passport. But that hasn't come through. It hasn't been processed yet. They can take up to 6 weeks to be processed. And it says, don't push me. He feels as if he's getting pushed from pillar to post. Which, yeah, he is. And he feels if there's a lot of paperwork. And he's feeling stressed. Fergie is depicted here. This is in reverse. She's not going back to him this time. But the daughters are blanking her as well. Because one of them is suffering. Because she was close to both mum and dad. He's told her to choose. And she says, I'll choose neither. They did. Lady of the Lake. He's on the black web. Is Andrew. And he's trying to dirty delete. Trying to block people from talking about him. Be careful what you're writing. If anybody's talking about the I don't want to say the person's names. The person's name. The person that's risen from the dead, Lazarus, we'll call him. We'll call him Lazarus. Because when I mentioned his name last night, I wasn't able to chat in some people's things. In people's chat sections. I was getting blocked. So, hi Sangeeta. So if I were you, I would not mention his name, just call him Lazarus. We need to get crafty with our codes. This is like playing Dungeons and Dragons. Someone's cast the dice or the die. And on here, I can see 4 numbers. And at the roll of a dice, it was 2014. Milo, baby. when she last had contact, when he last had contact with the star, the 2 stars there. Hang on, I'll see if I can turn this light around. Right, oops. Turn that light around because it's giving us some brightness. Right, can you still see that? Okay. It's got 2 stars and it's a dodecahedron dice. And it's got 20, 2, 14 and 8. So in 20, I'll turn that light back around now so I can see. It's just because it was shining too much on the cards. Brats. So the Welsh dragon and the witch, he sees Camilla as very much the witch and she is pushing Charles to sort things out. But there is I cannot see it now, a soldier who was kind of close protection. He is whistling like a little canary down the mine. But those 2 stars, 2014, she came forward, Megan, not Megan, 8th of the 2nd, 2014, she came forward to say to Andrew that he's going to get turned up and I don't want anything to do with you. But 2014 was when he last had sexual contact with Megan. Lady C is, I think, in so far up to her neck and she can't get out of it. I barely watch her now. Megan. Told you she was coming up. Megan is lying around, drinking her margaritas or whatever and saying, no, it's fine. Just sit around and do nothing. The shit hasn't hit the fan for me yet. I believe she was a go-between. Right. They're in touch. He's leaving desperate voicemails for her. He says they're coming for you. And they're coming for you very soon. And she's not listening. So remember that date. The 2nd of the 8th, 2014. Or it could be the 8th of the 2nd, 2014. Is that somebody's birthday in the royal family? The 8th of the 2nd? Or the 2nd of the 8th? Harry's birthday. Because I know Harry's a Virgo. And so is she. Okay. We've got guilt-free. That's came out in reverse. Guilt-free doesn't mean the sin-free. But it's, as I say, it came out in reverse. Yes, he is. And he's been leaving them for Fergie as well. Or Fergie. And I'll tell you now, neither of them are picking up. But he will sell them down the river. Yeah, mate. You'll not wait there too long because it's raining. They'll go out. Well, sorry, I'm telling him he's going out. As soon as I'm getting the hand from the grave. The Queen left a diary with William. The late Queen left a diary with William. William's got it safe. It's got the evidence she kept behind to protect him, but she says only use it when the time is right. And the time is nearly there. Okay, we have stop repeating the same thing again and again. So it's the record when it skips, but it's in reverse. Things are going to change. Things are going to change. Things have gone full circle. Karma's coming round for the teddy bear prince. Things are coming out from the shadows. And these girls, well, women now, are going to stand up for themselves. You know when Fergie was with that fake, when she got stung by the fake shake? Some of that information that the fake shake had is going to come back out because they couldn't use it back then. Fergie was given Lady C all that information. I asked quietly if that was what I was about to say was the truth. And that's the card that's came out. Is Lady C getting that information off Fergie? They will throw her out under the bus. As you can see, they're slowly doing it. Because she's no longer aligned with the daughters. She's aligned with the mothers. The mothers are vicious. Sorry, the mothers are vicious. William is going to go back to basics. He'll take the family back to basics. Just the way he wants it. But there's fruits in the fruit basket. So let's just say Fruit Loops, fruits in the fruit basket. So come this summer, someone's going to say, I can't go to America. I can't travel. My mental health. Or I'm totally Fruit Looped. I cannot go to America. My mental health's really bad. That's the fruit basket come this summer when the sunflowers are out. She lost the plot when she ended up in hospital. When she says they were trying to kill her. Alright. This I see is Harry. It's in reverse. Harry's missing the love of his grandmother. Desperately so. And he's all at sea without her. He's lost. He's upset. And he sees it as Andrew. He sees Andrew as the person that's taken her away. Andrew is he can't take any of the culpability for the death of his grandma. The quickness of his grandma going. He sees it as Andrew's fault. And Andrew's saying, just fuck it, I've had enough now. It's time for me to just watch how the cookie crumbles, but I'm going to say I've seen some aliens in the garden. Really play on this mental health card. Yeah, so I've seen. I'm not even going to look into her. I think she's got some serious issues. Those issues. Unfortunately for the victims, the solidarity is not going to be there for just yet, because somebody is selling them out still, as we've seen. So it's been said quietly that we support you, but it needs to come out more. And just as I say, back to basics. But back to basics is on the back to basics card. Nature is your ally is in reverse, and then you've got the say it louder. I take that as a unmarked burials as well, out in nature. Andrew, what have you done? What the heck have you done? Are there any burials on royal land? Unmarked burials on royal land. Close your curtains, close your eyes and sleep. And this is in reverse. We have the baby. The unborn child, fetus. Are there any of Andrew's victims buried on royal land? Cool, relax. Everything is fine. And that came out in reverse. That's the way it's meant to be. It's like the hanged man, basically. That's upright. So that, to me, is a yes. Some of his victims are interred illegally on royal property. Andrews. Did Meghan visit royal properties before she was married, before she even met Harry? It's in reverse, but it's two-faced. I'm always an angel. It's in reverse. And with that card, she's saying, it's saying she was and she wasn't. She was moving in those circles. I did say it would pass this year. Last year. So yeah, there was, but she's been around in royal circles a lot more. Right. And these cards, yeah, Roy. In these cards, I have a card with a lion on. Someone who was seriously ill. Someone who was basically from rags to riches. And it came out in reverse, but it's the lion is behind bars. And it says you were lucky, but I take this to be you are unlucky. But if you look at the symbolism behind the card, the lady is in rags to riches, or the child. Okay? We've got the guy in a hospital gown. He's got no hair. And he's got the feeding tube up his nose. And I would have said this is healing if it were up, it came out in the upright, but it hasn't. It came out in the reverse. Megan's in for some storm coming. Big storm. I'd say she's the lion behind the cage. She's the strength in the cage. Our strength's about to disappear. Because the one that's protecting them is gravely ill. He's had a major setback with his health. That woman there is Camilla. She doesn't know whether she's coming, she's going, she's met herself on the way back. But Camilla is passing information to the Secret Service. Camilla's found some things. And if Megan thinks she's going to get away with what she's trying to do, when she's been trying to take over Harry's calls, Camilla's been recording the calls. Because she didn't trust the process, if you get what I mean. When somebody says trust the process, Camilla doesn't trust the process. She likes that one process. Or not the processed piece. Megan tried to throw herself at Camilla's son. Says fall down on that couch. Okay. Right. There's a dog there. In times of great need, when you're upset, your dog does come around, give you comfort, is your great confidant, listens to you every moan and whimper. If only that dog could talk, if she's still got that dog, if it's not just hired for photo opportunities. Because that dog always seemed terrified of her. Megan would throw herself at a garbage truck if it meant getting compensated. But she's fallen down on that couch. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one that's going to see the psychiatrist at the moment. And the No Regret unicorn has come out in reverse. But they are regretting everything because the star power is going. She is just... She's buried some bodies as well. She's thrown people overboard. Next card that's came out, when I've said she's thrown people overboard, it says you have rights. It came out in reverse, so she's got there's no rights. Things to prove. There's the aeroplane. That was them leaving on the jet plane. She's trying to scrub things clean. That Lolita Express. There was boys and girls on that Lolita Express. There was a doctor on that Lolita Express. There was a few doctors. That will come out because there were, as recently as said, is they were cloning. Illegally cloning. You're going to have a good laugh at this card. What did our dad used to call her? Answers on a postcard, please. And this says, don't be fooled by my appearance. My soul is resplendent. This came out upright just as I said that. They were doing medical testing. Is this really why she had her hysterectomy? The flower is there. Was Epi and Co testing on her? Because it's come out on the on top of the, it's came out on the Megan side. Yeah, is that near or beside Skinwalker? It's saying you are not your emotions. This is very David Bowie-esque. This is playing Andrew's mental health. He's going to really pull that mental health card out. I can't travel. They're not giving us me. They're not giving us me teddy bears. They're not giving us a room for me teddy bears. They're not giving us my passport to go out and fly around. But no truer card ever pulled when it says better alone than in bad company. Yes, he may have been at one war, but this is a war he's got to fight alone now. So any money he's got put away He's going to be fighting this on his own. Because he's got no mummy to bail him out now. And I certainly think and believe that if the late Prince Philip was still alive, he'd be saying, cheers, you're on your own. Because there's a Greek there. It's saying, cheers, you're on your own, mate. I knew it wouldn't be long before he came up. So, and she's on her wellness kicks again, isn't she? That Meghan and her jam shizzle. In reverse. She doesn't believe in what she's doing to his flower pot. And, oh! The mushrooms have come in. They're that stoned they didn't know whether they're coming, they're going, they've been, or they're Arthur and Martha. The pair of them. So, this card says, this is bullshit. It came out in reverse, so I'll give it what it's... She was around Lazarus more often than enough. She's probably got the shrooms and the chocolate. She's probably trying to drug everybody. And even that's a concept that's already being done. And this is a message to her, and I'm just going to round this off. Don't turn back. Off you go. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you turn back. No more, no more, no more, no more. And these boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Because one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. See, I'm in a good mood now. Okay. As per my prediction on my cartoon short, will Andrew see some significant jail time, either in the UK or in America? Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. North to south for yes, east to west for no. There we are, folks. We've got our answer. Okay. So he is going to go to jail. North to south for yes, east to west for no. Will Andrew Mountbatten Windsor throw Meghan Markle under the bus? Metaphorically, of course. Thank you, Pendulum. Right. The first swing, Lady of the Lake, was Andrew. Is he going to see some significant time in jail? And Pendulum said yes. When I asked if, metaphorically speaking, would he throw Meghan under the bus, it said yes. Will Andrew Mountbatten Windsor give information to the FBI about Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife, and her involvement with Lazarus, his former best friend? North to south for yes, east to west for no. He's definitely thrown her under the bus. Okay. Okay, pendulum. North to south for yes, east to west for no. Will Andrew Mountbatten Windsor will Sarah Ferguson give evidence against Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, her former husband, in court? Thank you. Yes, he's not going down alone. She's going with him. Okay. Did Michael Jackson's song, in which he sang about Teddy Roosevelt, foretell this whole case? North to south for yes, east to west for no. The song They Don't Care About Us. There we are. Michael Jackson knew what was going on. If you listen to the lyrics of They Don't Really Care About Us, or They Don't Care About Us, sorry. I'm going to go and close that back door because Milo's left the door. It actually relates to everything that's going on now. It was one of me mad late night scrolls when I couldn't sleep the other night. And because I've been watching the Nancy case, the Nancy Guthrie case. He most certainly will. He's going to throw Gates under the table, on the table, because Bill Gates, I'm just going to pendulum him. He's going to use the lavish looking pendulum for him. Okay. It's starting to shake. Did Bill Gates and Lazarus plan the pandemic together? That is an emphatic yes. Right, I feel this shaking now because my arm's starting to shake as well, so I'm going to have to try and focus to steady it. Okay. Pendulum, north to south for yes, east to west for no. Did Lazarus sanction cloning of human beings on both his island and his ranch medical facilities? Yes. Okay. Did more go on at the ranch because it was more secluded? North to south for yes, east to west for no. Okay. I'm still going to go with Lazarus. Was the photographs and video that was shown recently of Lazarus in Israel taken in the last few months? North to south for yes, east to west for no. There we are. Oh, fantastic one. Fantastic one, Lady of the Lake. Right. Okay, got a fantastic question from one of my viewers, Pendulum. Okay. Did former peer Peter Mandelson bribe and blackmail Sir Keir Starmer to get his peerage? Do I need to go any further? He blackmailed him for his peerage. Did Peter Mandelson go further in his blackmail attempts with Keir Starmer? Please stop. Did he go further in his blackmail attempts with Keir Starmer? To get the US ambassador's role and blackmail him with the Ukrainian boys? North to south for yes, east to west for no. Are you Lady of the Lake? He's blackmailed him twice. He sent the boys as well. So he blackmailed him to get his peerage. He blackmailed him for the US ambassador role, And he sent the boys in as well. He's got something more on Starmer. Something bad. And Starmer's wife has come out earlier on. I needn't Pendy on that one. Starmer's wife, as I said sometime last year, his marriage would be on the rocks. His marriage is very rocky. She's told him it's their marriage or his job, and to choose wisely. So, oh dear, we've been going an hour and a minute. So I need to do what I should have done earlier on, is remind everybody that our live streams and recordings are compliant with the 1976 Copyright Act and subsection 107 of fair use and fair dealings, whereby materials can be transformed for entertainment, guidance and educational purposes. And this channel is a place of love and peace and mutual respect, and anyone causing any upset for anyone else will be rehomed without question. So, Mandy Mandelson, eh? It gets worse before it gets better, Marlene. I'll get me royal pendulum back out. And I'm going to cleanse them a little bit. Yes, they are. Roy. I did say that one as well last year. So, one has sort of become one British star, retired female football star, is about to lose her TV career because she tried to play the race card. Okay. Is King Charles III being actively blackmailed by the government to send Andrew Mountbatten Windsor out to the wolves? There you are, there's your answer. Yes. It's actually purple. It's just showing up royal blue with the lights. Yeah, King Charles. I needed the rest. I was getting pestered by someone externally as well, but I did need the rest. And I had to put my health first, which was hard putting that first. But I've also we've also been working in the background to try and protect our priest as well. Because he's now off sick. Yes, Raw, there will be. Very, very soon. Have a look at me short form videos. Me little comedy videos. If you have a look at them, there's some hidden predictions in them that have all come. A lot of them have come true within the last week. I think I'll do some more of them because people have Milo's gone up to bed because he's been enjoying the early night, you see. Yeah, he's really suffering. And that was the start of my ill health because of certain 2 members of the congregation round there. So my health started suffering, and now his health is suffering. So we're all already protecting him. So there's things going on in the background which I can't discuss here. But let's just say hopefully things are going to pan out right in the end, because this comes to bed with us now every night again. Now I've found it. And this is what I use to help focus my prayers. But things came to a head in the church hall last Sunday. One parishioner went after that other parishioner who has been told not to come down to our church. And put it this way, the lady then went off her, treats the priest like a son. So it was like walking into the lioness's den. So can I ask you if you've been enjoying me royal predictions via those little short form cartoons? I got this off Great Day, and it's beautiful. Well, when I'm thank you, Sari. If it wasn't for me little discussions with yourself, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back as quick as I have. And how are you and your lovely husband, Sari? Mm-hmm. I'll be producing some more of them because they're easy to put together. I will be back about twice a week now to do the live shows. Milo's come back downstairs, as you can hear. He's telling us he needs to go back up to bed. And the residence group's going to move in a bigger direction as well, because there is another residence group not far from where we are based, which is folding because they can't get another few members to form a committee. So we're going to absorb them into our group. So we're expanding. So I'm going to love yous and leave yous because Milo wants out again. And I will see you Saturday evening. Okay. Take care, everyone. Big loves. And I'll schedule this for the next one for Saturday. Take care.